Hello, guys. This is InduShare's Mr. Create. We are back with another exciting stock, and that is SoFi. We believe, or based on my reading of the Seeking Alpha article, this stock will go probably twice, or with the target price of $30 by the end of the year. This stock will be listed via SPEC. You're aware of the SPEC's name, IPOE, by May 28th. So let's get it. Um, the article the main sort of I think this article was very fascinating in terms of its summary of the SoFi's business model. Uh, One thing that's very noticeable of the title is that it's making impenetrable moats, and we are how Warren Buffett has always been excited about the moat company, and I think this SoFi is actually building that kind of company in terms of its fintech ecosystem. So let's get in. Let's summarize sort of the SoFi's business model. They have three different segments: lending, technology, platform, and financial services. And their main goal is to make the new or neo bank for millennial and Gen Z. So that's their aim and purpose of the company. So this is where they're focusing on. Um, if you look at the sort of the 10 specific segments within the fintech ecosystem, SoFi is operating 6 out of 10 field, which is very unlikely for a lot of different fintech companies, and it's really hard to achieve. But they are actually expanding so fast, and I think that's really led by the CEO of the company. But anyways, they're operating 6 out of 10 field, and this is actually very fascinating in terms of its their expansion of their market share and potentially increasing their revenue into the future. Um, what I believe seems to be the strength of the company is that they have a lending program from student loan to home loan, and they're now entering into the auto loan. So basically, when you're at the age where you should be responsible financially, you start with student loan, and you will end up probably going to have home loan and every and card loan and credit card issuance. They're also issuing card, so everything that has to do with finance in terms of your lending or issuing credit card, even making investment decisions like buying stocks or exchanging or trading cryptocurrencies. SoFi is ready for all those kinds of services. They're also providing what you call it like sort of a learning site for exchange share insights. So this is like like one sort of a solution for finance of millennial who are keen to the mobile environment. So this is very exciting. One of the things that the author mentioned was that there has been acquisition of Galileo Technologies in 2020 by SoFi, and this is actually, creating another source of revenue for the company. So specifically, Galileo has been providing services for like, this is like they say API gateways. And like I'm not the tech guy, but it seems like they're providing infrastructure for fintech in terms of their payment services. So in order for the tech companies to really operate, you need to have a payment services. But Galileo is there to provide sort of infrastructure for not just SoFi but other tech companies. Specifically, even Robinhood is a client to the Galileo. So this is another source of the revenue for SoFi, and it actually reduces the EBITDA margin for the company. So you don't have to pay Galileo for payment services because SoFi has it now. So this is another way for SoFi to reduce their EBITDA margin. And one thing that's very interesting is that this particular services has like 50 million accounts. So SoFi was able to utilize 50 million accounts with their uh, financial products, and they're operating in Latin America, Mexico, and United States. 90% of the digital bank in North America has been using Galileo for their banking platform and card issuance online, and 70% of the fintech companies now you are using Galileo because of its superiority in their security of the service as well as reliability. And there are a lot of regulations regarding the fintech, but this company, by utilizing this service, fintech companies don't have to worry about you know the adherence to the compliance of the law. um, One thing that was very interesting is that they had the analogy of how, like Galileo is like a cloud service for tech companies. So, if you have a very strong or very, the unique and, very promising tech companies, Galileo will basically serve as an infrastructure, and it will create the massive opportunity for expansion and of the service for tech companies. So this is another way for SoFi to make money, and it reduces the cost for the company. Another one is that SoFi is preparing for the acquisition of Golden Pacific Bank. If you look at how like they are right now, they can't really lend directly. What they do is that they make the asset-backed securities or ABS. They issue ABS and sell it to the third-party investors. So if they acquire the banking license or bank charter, they can actually deposit money and lend it directly to their customers, which is another way for them to reduce their EBITDA margin, or increase their EBITDA margin and reduces the cost of the products. So this is another promising. If you look at like a market capitalization of Citibank, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BOA, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, they're like more than $100 billion, and SoFi right now seems to be around $13 billion. So if you think that millennial and Gen Z have grown up to be 40s and 50s and 60s, this actually can change dramatically for SoFi. So yeah, that's another good news. And the brand image of SoFi is very strong. They actually had the 20-year contract with the one of the football stadium, NFL in the football stadium in California. So, this is really is huge, marketing opportunity for SoFi. And in 2021, around like February and March, SoFi has been one of the hotly debated stock in Wall Street Reddit. And there's also been, Google trend of SoFi, search and on Google. So people are interested in this stock, and people are interested in their services, and this will probably create opportunity for new customers to really observe into the SoFi. So what does that really mean? They have, like I said, they with their acquisition of you know Galileo Technologies, with their planned acquisition of the bank, this is really to reduce their cost, and it increases the profit margin of the company. So in essence, what they're doing right now is not only that they're providing variety of services from lending to investment. The acquisition cost of each customer is decreasing dramatically, and that's going to really be the competitive into the future, because the lower the cost of the products, you have more profit at the end of the day. Specifically, their revenue has grown, 194% from 2020 fourth quarter to the previous year. Their net revenue is $621 million. And, in 2021, revenue growth is expected to be 58%, which is very high, growth tech company. Then they are expecting that with the reopening of the economy in United States and the demand for digital banking is increasing, SoFi will basically should be able to achieve 58% of the revenue growth target. EBITDA margin is increasing, and the cost of the products, like I'm reiterating so many times, is decreasing due to the acquisition of different companies. Um, the so the expected 2021's revenue is 900 $80 million. So you should really take that into the consideration of calculation with the PSR ratio. And so the target price is $28 according to the article. One thing that's very noticeable is that their CEO Anthony Noto seems to be a very intelligent guy. He used to work at Twitter for from 2014 to 2020, and he used to be, oh no, I'm sorry, 2010 to 2014. He used to be a CFO at NFL for 3 years, and he used to be co-head and partner at Goldman Sachs for 10 years. So like with his experience at the Goldman Sachs, he has seen the how this Goldman Sachs, the bank, has grown dramatically. Probably they have investment banking sector, they probably have lending sector, all those different segments within Goldman Sachs that he was able to witness, and I think that he will apply to SoFi, and this is why he's been very aggressive and active in terms of his in terms of SoFi's strategy of acquiring very strategically important companies like Galileo Technologies. He used to work at he used to serve at the U.S. Army as a captain. He went to MBA, M&A, or I'm sorry, MBA at the University of Pennsylvania Wharton School, which is one of the prestigious school in the United States. And he was raised by in the family of single mom. So I think that this guy, or the CEO of the company, is seems to be very intelligent, hardworking, resilient. He doesn't really give up, because of the nature that he learned, from the nature of when he was growing up as a kid, and how he served in the United States Army. All those things that I think seems to be positive for the stock. So, like I said it before, there, in conclusion, is that the target price seems to be $30 right after the listed uh, it's listing in the stock market. No one really knows how the stock price will actually be, but in terms of my understanding of the company SoFi, it seems to be very promising. If you believe that digital banking will grow exponentially, I think that SoFi is way to invest. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our channel, and please remain sort of interested in this stock despite its recent meltdown from where it was. It's now trading around $15, but I believe if you're a long-term investor, as a lot of people claim to be, this stock should be able to perform very well into the future with mega trend of fintech and digital banking. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.